Hello everybody and welcome to another XDefiant video. So the beta just ended, and I just want to give my overall thoughts and stuff going towards launch and future builds of the game, and some feedback on the beta itself. I had a really fun time with the beta. It was a great time. It was really fun to play the game for more than a couple days, like the insider test. So it was really nice being able to play this for a long period of time and be able to try a lot of different things and do a lot more testing compared to when the insider tests, which were like a couple hours each, and except for one that was, I think, over a weekend, like literally 3 days. So this was so much nicer to actually be able to like test things, be able to play this a little bit more casually, try out different modes and such like that. Also, I'm not quite sure why I had this, but I would love to know if anyone else had this, and I guess this might also have been for the ACR, but I have this like pink MP5, and I've had it from the very start of this beta. No idea why. I haven't seen anyone else really post about this whatsoever. So if you have a pink MP5 or a pink ACR skin, just for some reason, or had it during the beta, I guess, because it's past now, but if you had this, comment down below and let me know, because I'm curious if this was like an insider sessions thing people were given this, or if this was just like just people randomly had this. It seemed very like low amounts of players had this, but it's very interesting. I don't know. Anyway, moving on from that, let's get into some feedback and overall thoughts and opinions of this beta. So I'm slightly worried for the launch of this game for a couple specific reasons. So this beta was a very similar build to the last insider test from a couple months ago, I think February. The only real differences was there was ranked, there was all maps and modes available in this beta, there was map voting added, there was some weapon balancing, I think a couple maps and a weapon were removed from the game, and there was working progression. On the insider tests, it was generally you had to play a specific pool of maps. There was no map voting, and you had to play specific modes. There wasn't like, I can go play escort, and then I can go play zone control, and then I can go play occupy. Like, it was, you're playing zone control and escort, or you're playing the regular like occupy domination modes. There was no jumping between them as you wanted, and there was no map voting at all. It was just, here's your map. At least I don't think there was map voting. It's been a hot minute. Great additions, but overall the build was very similar. A lot of the same bugs were still there from previous insider tests. There was Libertad being extremely overpowered as well, and obviously, like, I know games aren't made in a vacuum on like this one build that continuously progresses forward. This game has had many like branching builds of the game, so maybe there have been changes to Libertad in certain other builds of the game, and just this one was a branch that was very similar to the insider tests, and they took the feedback already and are already making big changes to that for launch or a future test or whatever. I don't really know, but it is slightly concerning seeing a test from 2 months ago and then playing this, and they're different builds, but they're very similar in terms of quality and overall like presentation. And like, I do want to stress, this isn't like a game-breaking thing. This isn't a massive thing, but it is slightly concerning to me as someone who's played these insider tests and seen as things progress, that like from like a month or two difference in builds that feel very similar and not a lot of things are improved, like the netcode or whatever else, that is really weird. So slightly hesitant about that. There were a lot of issues with the beta in terms of bugs. A lot of things were quickly fixed though, so I'm going to give Ubisoft a lot of credit. They did really step up and fix things very quickly. As where I feel like a lot of other developers wouldn't have done the same thing. They would have been like, sorry, good luck though. But Ubisoft did a great job. They put like their best foot forward, and they're like, hey, progression's broken. Okay, here's everything in the game unlocked for you as we try to fix progression. And like holding off just like doing tons of updates because console couldn't get updates as quickly as PC, and had to be manually reviewed by PlayStation and Microsoft and stuff, so it would have taken people longer to be able to play the game. It would took away a lot of players for a while, and then people could play again. It was a lot of good managing of the overall time that they had with this build and everything, and they navigated it extremely well. Another slightly interesting thing is a couple devs have come out and said, like, there's going to be a new netcode, it's going to be great, and so on and so forth. We just have to firmly believe that that's true, which is completely possible. But none of that has been tested outside of the offices, it seems like. So those have been tested on like office servers and maybe in like specific closed testing somewhere else, but they haven't been on insider tests whatsoever. We have not tried any of the new netcode in any sort of capacity, to my knowledge. If I am mistaken, completely sorry about that, but I do not remember testing anything netcode related whatsoever. The netcode felt exactly the same from this test to the last insider test to previous insider test. It all felt exactly the same. Hopefully that's good. Ubisoft doesn't have a fantastic track record with netcode related things, so hopefully that's good. We'll have to see how that turns out in the future at some point. So with the imbalance of Libertad and everything during this test, it might be a good idea to limit how many people can use abilities and characters. So each character has 2 different abilities. Let's just say like or 2 people can use that character. So one can use El Remedio and one can use Biovita. So that would probably put a lot more balance into the game overall. But I guess it just really depends on the developers and what they want to do for balancing for the factions. If they want to keep Libertad strong, then that might be a better option to go about with it. If they want to just keep Libertad as is, I guess they can do that too. It is their game after all, but hopefully we'll see some interesting balance changes in some sort of capacity, and I think it would be cool just to try out the limited amount of factions per team, whether that be in ranked or in like a limited time game mode or something. I think that would be a really, really good feature to trial out in some sort of way. So moving forward with the XDefiant, I'm guessing we're going to get another beta and server stress tests probably in a few months, and probably a release announcement in June for Summer Games Fest or the Ubisoft Connect event, whatever they're doing. I think they're doing a separate event again this year. So generally those happen pretty similar, like close proximity to each other. So I'd imagine we're probably going to get an announcement for XDefiant, either release or a stress test announcement, and maybe a release announcement, maybe both, around that time frame. The fact that they already have put out a roadmap for the game, I think that's very telling that the release is pretty imminent, and the fact that they did a closed beta test is also pretty telling of they want this game to be featured more. They're starting out the marketing campaigns and stuff for it, so I'd imagine this game's going to be coming out relatively soon. Obviously, I don't know exactly. I don't have any actual information on a release date or anything, but just based off of like current trends with the game and how it's starting to ramp up a little bit, I think that's very likely. Obviously, it's going to take them some time to put in the changes for this, so that's why I'm saying maybe a beta server stress test kind of thing, but could very well just be that we get a release date. I would say look forward to June for more stuff about this game, and I'll be covering more stuff as this game continues to progress, and if I'm proven wrong, then oh well, wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, I guess rounding off, the game was really good. I enjoyed my time, and it was really nice to see a lot of people resonate the same sentiment as me from the insider test that I was saying. I would say like this is really refreshing to see a game without skill-based matchmaking. It feels just like a fun game you can jump into, low stakes, and just have a good time with friends. And it was just very, very nostalgic in that sort of sense. So yeah, it was just really nice seeing people state that same thing. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this game. The camera progression looks really, really sick. I think the camos were done really well. I'm excited to see all of the things releasing with Season 1. I have predictions for what's releasing with Season 1 of the game. Maybe I'll go into that closer to that. Yeah, that'll be interesting to go over at some point, whenever Season 1 is. Yeah, this game has a lot of potential with things. It can do a lot of really cool crossover events. It can do a lot of really cool things with progression. It can do some really fun LTMs. There's a endless amount of things this game can do, which will make it really fun and really engaging for the community that it builds. I think this will just be a really, really good game for people to sink their teeth into as Call of Duty continues to just sell the same bundles to people and shit, and just kind of make mistake after mistake. So, really excited for this game. Hopefully they can continue to make great progress like they've been doing for the past 2 years of this game. And I'm hoping launch and if any other future tests happen, all that goes very smoothly for them. But yeah, I'll be there day one playing it, just like a lot of other people. And I'll be sure to cover updates and stuff that happen with the game right here. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to let me know down in the comments. And yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and be ready to see more XDefiant content as soon as there is more XDefiant content to make. So let me know what you guys thought of the XDefiant beta down in the comments. I would love to know, and some things you liked and disliked about the game overall. I will see you guys all in the next video. Take care, everybody. Peace.